Awesome. I definitely fuck with some of those MCs, definitely. You listed off more than 5, but that's all good. Who's your top 5 in bars right now? Who do you see has potential to actually make the transition over to live? And how do you see bars as a fan? Like, do you think it's growing? Do you think it's getting better? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Let us know your opinion on bars. What can we do to make it better? Yeah, I think I touched base on everything on that. Definitely give me those top 5 bars MCs. And which MCs in bars are you following currently?
Yeah, bars MCs. Let's talk about these motherfucking bars MCs. And you can't say bars MCs without talking about the homie Ortega. We're all watching Ortega. We're all enjoying our time with him while we have him, because I think we all know that as soon as he steps into the live battling scene, we're going to lose him. I'm sure he'll keep in touch, but I fucks with Ortega. He came into bars when I was taking a break from bars, and that's because I kept getting reported, and it just seemed every time I interacted with bars, my account would get reported, so I just kind of disconnected from bars and the whole scene, and then made this new account. Well, I guess it's not new anymore, but made this account I have now, and then I returned. And upon returning, I said something slick to some other rapper. I'm not sure who the fuck it was. And Ortega came at me out of left field, and I don't think he even knows. I don't think he even realizes that. He chirped me. He came out of left field. He chirped me, called me a fucking idiot or whatever. I believe he may have crept my profile and said something about my picture or something like that, but I had no fucking idea who he was, as much as he had no idea who I was, because I was just coming back after a hiatus. But I quickly realized who Ortega was, and it took him some time, but I think he knows who I am now. And I love trolling dude. I love fucking with him. I do believe he knows that I'm just trolling and fucking with him. I can't take anything away from any of his drops. The kid knows how to write. The kid knows how to perform. The only thing that I'm worried about is his transition into live performing, because I think that once he does that, he's going to be the next Chrome. So I mean, he's been a good sport. Obviously, we're friends now, on Facebook, and I still enjoy chirping him, fucking with him. But Ortega is definitely the top dog that I'm watching to transition next. Ones that we've seen transition, of course, Constantine, HD, those guys have been making noise and have made us very proud to have them as part of the B.A.R.Z fam. And I love, I love seeing Constantine doing his thing. I actually, I fucks with HD, although his style isn't really my style. He's URL to the bone, and he makes noise and he does damage, and I fucks with that. So there we go. We got Ortega, we got Constantine, and we got HD. Now I want to talk about Steez. Steez needs to get on stage. He needs to get into the battle circuit. I've tried to make this happen, as you know. I've hollered at you about booking this motherfucker, and I think that needs to happen. Also with you, Bland, I think you need to step into that ring and do your live thing. And I think Andy Crisp needs to get up there doing that shit too. Ortega's going to be the next to blow, but I think Bland, Steez, and Crisp, you guys need to take that step in transition live, and it'll change the whole page too. It'll change the entire direction that B.A.R.Z is going if you guys get up and get in that pit. And I don't I guess I should have mentioned, but Rocky Nelson has already kind of put himself on the map, and he's going to do big things in his own career. Rocky Nelson is also another one of the top 6, I guess, that I'm fucking with from B.A.R.Z for sure. And just as a side note, I know he's a faggot and fuck him and all that, but I actually saw something in Carlini. I don't think his drops versus Steve's were 100%. I don't even think they were 75%, but they had potential. And I thought that he could actually do some damage if he didn't think he was a big, huge star already, and then go and troll everybody the way that he did. I'm kind of saddened to see him take that route, which will get him nowhere. Like, he will just piss everybody off, and no one's going to fuck with him, no matter how talented he may have been able to be. I'm not saying that he was talented enough as is to go live, but I definitely think that he had something that could have been developed into, something that could have been something. But instead he decided to be a trolling ass faggot, and now fuck him. But yeah, he was actually someone that I took notice of, and I don't take notice of everybody, obviously.
Man, yeah, fuck, man, I appreciate you even just, fucking mentioning my name with those group of people. Definitely, something I have been thinking about, watching everyone else do it, is, everyone's doing it, I want to do it. Definitely might be something to see in the future. I don't know, I can't speak on Andy's part, but I think I would love to see him up there, too. Again, with Steve needs to, man. I think with his record and bars, I think he's going to be a beast no matter what. You know what I mean? So, be dope to see all three of us go and do that. So, since we were talking about Ortega and HD, what's your opinion on that battle? Who do you think took that battle? Personally, I think it was a classic, and I just put it together. Did you see that shit? Let me know what you think about that battle.
Shit, I was hoping you wouldn't ask this question. And I seen the drops as they happened, because I get notified of shit that goes on bars. So, I mean, I seen the drops. I set aside time to watch the clash, and I got 45 seconds into Ortega's first round, and all I could think about was Jonai. I just saw Jonai in his delivery, and I just started fucking with Ortega about that. And honestly, I haven't watched any more than that. I haven't seen HD's drops. I haven't watched all the rounds, which I will do after this. And because I'm so I was drunk when I started fucking with the battle. But honestly, I saw that and I just started fucking with Ortega, and then I haven't actually returned to the B.A.R.Z page to see the battle. But I'll peep that shit soon. I will.
It's all good, homie. Just peep that shit. Show some love, you know what I mean? B.A.R.Z fan all motherfucking day. That's another question I wanted to ask you was, with your persona, you know what I mean? You're the older guy. You dress up like a punk, old school, thrash music. You probably grew up on that shit. You don't look like the type of dude that battle raps. Do you think that works for you or against you? And tell us some stories about, people probably, taking shots at you because you're an older dude in the crowd battling young kids. How do you feel about that situation, and do you think it works for you or against you?
My persona actually works against me at first glance. But once you hear me spit, it changes everything. People will look at me in a venue wondering what I'm doing. They'll look at me in the pit wondering why I'm there. But the minute that they hear me spit and they see my performance, they become fans. They change their perspectives on hip-hop and on battle rap altogether. And I've actually had every single event that I go to, every single show that I've done, I've always been able to have that moment where someone says to me, yo, I seen you hanging around the stage. I thought maybe you were an engineer or a technician or a sound guy or whatever. And then you're grabbing the mic and performing. And then at first glance, I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? But then after they hear me, after they witness what I do, they become fans. And that's where I make my fans. People have in order for them to fuck with VENABLE. And I've seen old people that hate hip-hop. They hate it all. But once they see me do it, dressed the way I am, presented the way that I present myself, they fall in love with it. They think it's great because they've seen someone like me do it. And I don't have sagging pants and, I don't have Jordans on or chains or whatever. I don't have any of that shit. But what I have is hip-hop. And they see hip-hop for what it is when I do it, because I'm not representing the materialistic, the shiny side of it, to the part that people hate. You know what I mean? The swag and the pimp and, you know, the white boys trying to be blacks thing. They don't see that in me. They see hip hop, which is what I bring to every event and every show and every battle that I do, and that's what people recognize through me in this appearance.
Yeah, that's dope, because you got the old school feeling, and you kind of have that old school flow to you, too, when you battle, which is awesome. And you don't see that a lot in today's battle rap shit, because, like, all you see is this new age fucking gun bar crap, and, you know, you have the King of the Dot style, which is my favorite, you know what I mean? So it's getting fucking, man, we've been going at this for a long time. Definitely one of the best interviews we've done. I really appreciate the time and effort you put into this shit. One last question. C-Notes, he wants to ask, when is he going to cut his fucking hair? that's got me laughing.
That was C-Notes, wasn't it? What's his name? Fucking Carl Herbert? Chad Herbert or whatever? I figured that was C-Notes. Yeah, you know what? I was a guitar player, singer, rock and roll, trying to be Chad Kruger back in the day. And so when I started doing hip-hop, it was just kind of something I wanted to try, and I ended up being actually, you know, pretty fucking good at it. And the hip-hop thing kind of took off quicker than I thought it would, because I've been playing guitar and singing for fucking like 7 fucking years straight and didn't get half the buzz as I did as a rapper. So I had to make a choice, you know, do I cut my hair and change my wardrobe to fit into this hip-hop shit that I'm doing, or do I stay true to my style, which has been the same since I was 14 years old. I've always had long hair, leather jacket, chain, wallet, dressed in black. And so I've kind of kept my style, and it like I said, it works for me because people don't see me as a rapper. When they first hear that I'm an MC, they usually like, yeah, right. Anyways, what are you doing today? Like, they never take it seriously, and so that's where I get to spit my shit and make believers out of people. And so yeah, I can't cut my hair. I can't change my style. I can't actually fuck with anything, because it's gotten me this far, and I have solid fans. I may be more of a rapper's fan than a rap fan's fan, because you know, every show I do, every rapper I meet, they already know who I am. So VENABLE is on the map with what I've done so far, and I'm not going to change it now, because it's worked out for me and for the people with this long ass hair.
Yeah, definitely. You're not going to be the dude who you are without your persona. You know what I mean? The fucking old school vibe you give with your persona, it definitely makes who you are, right? You're yourself, and that's what I like about you, man. You're fucking real as fuck. You know what I mean? You troll everyone and you talk shit, but you're a real dude at the end of the day. So that's fucking amazing. That's why you're one of my fucking top 5, man. Like I said it before. Yeah, I keep saying last question, but this is the last question. Yeah, so like, as being in the B.A.R.Z fam, I know a lot of MCs have told me like they have relationships with other MCs, and they get to know other people from around the world, and that's a big thing about B.A.R.Z, and that's the reason why I love it so much, is that I contact with so many people, and you know, you build these relationships around the world. Do you have any relationships that you know guys you talk to that you met in B.A.R.Z?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. I consider lots of people from B.A.R.Z to be friends of mine. Crisp, that's my man's right there, man. That's my bro. He's a sick, twisted fuck, just like me. And he understands. He gets me. I fucks with Crisp. I fucks with you, Plant. Like, we've been bros since we connected in this group. And you're a great friend. Like, you're an actual fan. Like, you know how B.A.R.Z, they sleep on me, and you don't sleep. Like, you're always there supporting every fucking move that I make, you know. Steez is the fucking homie. Like, me and that guy will get drunk for a fucking week together if we ever meet in an event. Like, I know that me and him would be, you know, great friends if we ever, you know, hung out or met or whatever. Y'all might remember, what the fuck's that, Asante? Yeah, AJ Asante, that fat little fucking porker kid, you know, like me and him were close as fuck. Like, he calls me and we talk, and I'm always keeping in touch with that guy. I feel like, even that fucking, that fat fucking dude that I battled, the fat black guy, fuck's his name? I don't remember his fucking name, but he's a chill dude that we got to know, even though we always beefed and trolled each other online. Me and Ortega, you know, I feel like he's the homie. I feel close to a lot of people on bars, and you know, bars has definitely enhanced my battle rap life and has pushed me to go further into the live shit. I mean, bars is, you know, it's an entity that can't deny its accolades. Like, no one can fuck with Chrome, with Rocky, with HD, with Constantine, with, you know, soon to be Ortega. Like, Bars is an actual real life thing that's going to be getting even bigger. Like, and I look forward to the expansion of Bars. I'll participate. I'll be there 100% to see through its growth, because I believe in it, and I've seen it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? It's helped me become a better MC, and it's helped other MCs transition to the live, you know, part of battle rap, and it's just going to continue on like that. So my biggest homies right now are in Bars, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for everybody. And you best believe that Papa Venable will be right there cheering you on and fucking you up and your mother's. Bars, bitch. And let's not forget B.A.R.Z. You know, B.A.R.Z. has been the homie since day one. You know, I love that motherfucking ugly son of a bitch. You know, like, he's a bro of Venables. He's my family. You know what I mean? I fucks with B.A.R.Z. So shout out to him too.
Man, that's what it is all about, man. Like, fucking Bars fam, you know what I mean? That's the reason why I do this. Like, fuck getting rich, you know what I mean? I mean, it would be awesome to get rich off this shit. Can you imagine if we all got paid off of Bars? That'd be amazing. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all about the fucking Bars fam, man. And you're definitely a big part of it, because you not only are you a live face of Bars out there, but you're definitely someone that keeps Bars alive and always has been active in Bars too, one way or another. You know what I mean? Even when we're slow, you always, like, you're fucking around, fucking with somebody, you're making it enjoyable. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me in this fucking interview. Like I said, best interview ever. Venable, salute, homie. I'm definitely gonna be following you till fucking, man, till we're all dead and gone, man. Definitely a huge fan of yours. Let's get it, man. Anything you want to say to the people before you gotta go?
Yeah, you know what, Bars fam, check me out, versetracker.com/rapper/Venable. They have all of my 8 battles up there. You can just search Verse Venable in YouTube, and all my battles will come up. Definitely check my work. Check the fucking blood and tears I put in for this shit. And stay tuned. And you know what? I fucks with all y'all. And I'm watching, and I'm fucking with you. If I come at you sideways, it doesn't mean that I'm a hater. It means I'm paying attention to you. And there's obviously something there that I see. Trolling is not hating. Sometimes trolling is giving you props. And, you know, as far as the shout-outs for the intros of these battles, I haven't shouted out Bars yet in any of my intros, and that's because I hate intros. I just want to get through them. Written battle rappers don't fuck with intros, so it's not a shot to Bars. It's more of a just, you forget to do, because intros suck. We don't plan for intros. We just want to get through it and get to the bars. So don't sweat any of that shit. I fucks with Bars. It's in my day-to-day life. And, you know, check it out, soundcloud.com/Venable. check my music out. That's where it all started. There's tracks there that date long before my first battle. So I hope y'all fuck with me because I fucks with y'all. Shout out to my man Tom Bland and B.A.R.Z fam. Get at me, dog.
There you have it. One-on-one interview with the homie. Venable, baby. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite MCs on B.A.R.Z, man. Dude is just so fucking real. You know what I mean? He's a real dude. He's not one of these motherfuckers that needs to brag and fucking talk. Well, he talks shit. I'm not gonna lie. He talks a lot of shit, but he's just a real motherfucker. He tells you what it is. You know what I mean? And how it is. So, big shout out to Venable. Thank you very much for fucking what was it, fucking 50 minutes of your time, almost an hour? Nuts, man. This is part 2 of the podcast. We talked so much. Part 1 was fucking 30 minutes. Hopefully everyone gets to view and enjoy both podcasts. It's a fucking bonus. Again, salute to Venable. This is your motherfucking CEO, Tommy B, signing off once again. Make sure you fucking like our YouTube page, subscribe to our YouTube page, tell a friend, tell everyone about the fucking movement. It's B.A.R.Z, bitch, at the end of the day. Let's fucking go.